Hello, everybody. So we are going to go over all of the different metal tiers on Covered California and some of the policies outside of Covered California that you might want to be aware of that's offered for Californians that are under 65 or don't qualify for Medicare. So let's jump right into it. Now, let's start off with a popular one, a Silver 70. Now, for 2025, this was actually a Silver 73 because they were still giving out those enhanced subsidies. Now, those enhanced subsidies are going away because of the whole government shutdown situation. So, for 2026, this has been a pretty good option for a lot of people. I would put this in the A tier just because of its affordability and just because you don't have to hit a deductible before having to go to the specialists or for any type of like hospitalization and emergency rooms, right? So it's going to generally have a $0 preventative checkup, which all of the Cover California plans do, no matter what metal tier. So any preventatives like yearly physicals, like immunizations, OB/GYN checkups, just anything that has to do with the once a year checkup, those are going to be covered at 100%. Now, if you were wondering what the numbers meant on a Cover California policy, basically it's the percentage that the plan actually will cover, right? So a Silver 70 covers 70% of most of medical costs. So, and this is incorrect here, it's actually a $50 primary care visit for a Silver 70. And the deductible is at a pretty decent amount here, 5,200. Now, with a deductible on a silver policy, you do not have to meet that before going to see a specialist, right? A lot of people get hung up on that. So people who choose a silver 70 get sort of the best of both worlds, affordability and access to a specialist if need be. So I would put this in the A tier. Just because, again, affordability and just the range of what it covers for that affordable rate. Now, let's move on to what is actually a popular plan this year. The Bronze 60. A lot of people are considering this because it is one of the lowest cost plans out there on Cover California. Now, is this plan an end all be all kind of plan, right? When it comes to what it should cover. Well, you do have to hit a deductible before going to see a specialist. That's why I was going over that silver plan and differentiating it from a bronze. I would consider this okay. So C or a B? Where should we go? Okay, so I would okay. Let's put this at a B tier just because. It does have a $60 primary care visit without having to meet a deductible first. And the silver plan, you don't have to meet a deductible, and it's going to be at $50 for the primary care visit. So it's a $10 difference there. So it doesn't break the bank. And funny enough, they have the same out-of-pocket maximum as well too. It's 9,800 for the out-of-pocket maximum for the year. So the out-of-pocket maximum is the end-all be-all number. That's a maximum that the coverage will cover for you. So that if you hit a certain cap, 9,800, then you don't owe anything after 9,800 bucks. Now, a bronze plan, if you also had an ancillary plan like a cancer, heart attack, stroke, accident policy that we also do offer, then I would put this in a B category just because, again, when push comes to shove, it's still the same out-of-pocket maximum as a silver. And God forbid if something were to happen, then you have the affordability to put an ancillary policy so it's not so catastrophic, right? The whole point of having coverage is these plans are not the end all be all plans because there still will be a gap there, right? You still have to hit a deductible sometimes to get coverage. Sometimes the $9,800 is not palpable. Let's say somebody's making $40,000 a year, and that's one-fourth of their income that they're going to have to shell out if, God forbid, something happens. So I would say bronze tier is going to be at a B with a hospitalization supplement added onto it, right? So that is why I'm going to categorize that as a B tier. Let's go on to the gold. Now, with the gold policy, well, the affordability aspect of it doesn't do it for me, right? Just because if you're I'm gonna put it at a B tier. With a gold 80 policy, yes, the deductible is at zero. The drug deductible also at zero, and it's $40 for a primary care visit. But again, it's a $10 difference compared to the silver plan. And again, since you don't have to meet a deductible on the silver plans, um, then it really defeats the purpose of having a gold, and the gold has a higher premium. So just in terms of affordability, because 2026 is that year, right? We've just had a lot of increases in the actual premium itself and less of a subsidy. I'm gonna put gold at a B, borderline C tier. Let's just put this at a B tier for now. So if you're looking just for peace of mind and you really want peace of mind for a $0 deductible, then a gold plan I would recommend getting if again you just wanted a $0 deductible. Now, Platinum 90. I'm gonna put this at a C tier just because this year, again, a lot of people are making hard decisions, right? And a lot of people that have a platinum plan are the people who want the bells and whistles, right? I want full coverage. But now, is a platinum 90 full coverage? No, because most of these Cover California plans do not have dental embedded in it unless you're a child, right? Under 18 and under, right? So, uh, it's really not. The doctor visits are $15, and yes, they will cover 90% of what you need for coverage. And it does have a $0 deductible, but at the end of the day, there's still a $4,500 out-of-pocket maximum, and the premiums can be obviously the highest. Platinum is going to be the most expensive plans that they offer, especially the PPO Platinum. Woo, super expensive, right? So I'll put Platinum at a C category, and on a Silver 94, oh, okay, Silver 94, S tier. And why is this one of the best plans you can have on Cover California, if not the best? Well, I'll give you the pros and cons. So a Silver 94, you have to qualify for this based off of a low income, right? Just depending on your household size, age, zip code, and your income, right? If you're right at the Medi-Cal level, then you'll qualify for a silver 94, like if you're right above it, right? But there's the cons are there's not too much of a window. There's like a $4,000 window where you can be on a silver 94 plan. And again, this is we're dancing with Medi-Cal eligibility at that point. And people who don't want Medi-Cal and want to be on a PPO, for example, please make sure that your income is updated every year and it's actually the correct income because if you did not want Medi-Cal, but you actually made enough to get a Silver 94, make sure that your income is accurate so you can get this plan because there's a small window to qualify for this. But there's uh, a $5 primary care visit on this, $0 deductible, and it's a $1,400 out-of-pocket maximum, which is awesome, right? That's where we want to be at. So a silver 94 actually supersedes a platinum 90 because it covers 94% of all your medical expenses. So I will categorize this in the S tier. Now, a silver 73. Now, this is what everybody was offered pretty much, well, not everybody, but anybody that um, qualified for a silver 70 before qualified for a silver 73 with a cost sharing reduction and the enhanced subsidies that they were giving out during the pandemic, especially notably in 2025, this was a $0 deductible. Now it's going back to the way it was. The Silver 73 did not traditionally have a $0 deductible before this year, so 2025. Now I'm talking about 2026 here, so this is I would say the A tier. Now you do have to qualify for this based off of your income bracket as well too. So this is also a certain income bracket that you have to be at silver 70. You do have to be at a higher income amount. But with the silver 73, at the very least, this is going to be a $50 doctor visit, and it does have a slightly lower out-of-pocket maximum than a silver 70. Now, a silver 87. Let's go. It's borderline A and S tier, right? Now there can only be one. So Silver 94 I would consider S tier. Silver 87 is still pretty good too because it covers 87% of what you're needing in terms of medical bills. And it has a $15 doctor visit here. And the deductible you don't have to hit before having to go see a specialist or getting lab work done and all the other features. And it does generally have a lower deductible, but this is more for like inpatient care. Um, the drug deductibles, not so much. And again, these drug deductibles can apply for certain tiers of medication, not necessarily just generics are generally covered without a deductible. So Silver 87, I would put at the A tier, borderline S tier. Now, let's move on to something familiar. Medi-Cal. Uh, Medi-Cal is county-based insurance that's free, $0, and they'll cover all the co-pays, they'll cover the premium. They basically cover everything. I'm gonna put this in because Medi-Cal has its place, right? If you're, of course, not making any money and you're okay with an HMO type of system and you're okay with some of the carriers that the county offers. Again, Medi-Cal is through the county, it's not through Covered California. Covered California is subsidized health insurance. So let's say you had a health insurance through a certain company, Covered California helps subsidize that. Medi-Cal can have overlapping companies with Covered California. It's just that it's offered through the county and you have to go with whatever the county offers. And it's a totally different system where it's through the county. It's not necessarily privatized insurance that's subsidized. I would put this at a C tier just because Medi-Cal, it's a borderline C plus B minus, right? I'm gonna put this at a C tier just because there's space. Um, with Medi-Cal, I mean, a lot of people, again, that need extra benefits in terms of network, right? These are the people that, would if you needed extra benefits in terms of networks, then people won't like that. But if you're okay with just having free health insurance based on your income, and these are for people who have low income, generally they're going to go into your assets and see if you have any X amount of money in your bank account, and you have to qualify for this, right? And it does take a little while to do so. But generally, children are on Medi-Cal and low income adults are going to be on Medi-Cal. Medi-Cal also in the Medicare world can qualify you for IHSS, which is true home health care in California for people who are seniors, 65 and older. So I wouldn't necessarily consider this a D tier just because of that. I do like that aspect of it. And again, people who just need free insurance, this will do, right? Let's go into high deductible health plans. Now, this is categorized as a bronze plan. Now, and some of these have HSA policies, health savings account policies on them, meaning that they will throw in health savings accounts basically like a 401k for your like an extra savings account for medical expenses. Now, the thing about going with these plans is that it's super catastrophic, meaning that you have to hit a high deductible first before anything kicks in. Mind you, this still does have that preventative checkup, but on minimum essential coverage plans like this, high deductible health plans, you do have to hit a high deductible, generally in the 7,000s, first before anything kicks in. And if yeah, let's go D tier. Let's go D tier. Generally for high deductible health plans, if you're just getting this for the HSA option, if you switch carriers, you can't take that HSA with you. So I mean, I recommend just getting an HSA on the side, but it's just such a catastrophic plan. You have to hit such a high deductible first before anything kicks in. So I'm gonna put this in the D tier category. Indemnity insurance. Now, what is indemnity insurance? Now, for people who I call healthy and wealthy, right? Healthy and wealthy, meaning that you make too much money, but you'll qualify for this type of plan based off of your health. Now, indemnity policies are reimbursement plans, essentially, right? A carrier that comes to mind is Manhattan Life, right? So what they do is they reimburse you for doctor visits, hospitalization, medications, everything in between, lab work. MRIs, CAT scans, anything like that, they'll reimburse you. But with the, and again, if you have questions on this, give me a call or comment below because this is definitely a pro and con situation. You need to know all of the catches first before getting into one of these plans, just to know that it's not a true major medical policy, right? Some of them don't cover the tax penalty that California issues. So I'm going to be a little bit careful with this, but I would put this as a B tier just based on necessity. Now, premiums are super high, and if you're healthy, just like the old days, you'll qualify for this plan, right? Remember when they used to do health underwriting for health insurance before Obamacare and the ACA kicked in? This is what this is, or the underwriting is like this. So if you stack your plans well enough in terms of having ancillary coverage in there, on top of the indemnity, then this definitely can work as a standalone type of plan, but it's generally made for a policy. Most of them are made to supplement a major medical cover California plan. So as long as this, you know all the expectations on this plan, and you know all the pros and cons. Again, I can go over this with you, and not a lot of agents offer this because they don't understand how this works. Then just let me know, and I'll walk you through this just so I know that you're a good fit for this. I will put this in a B tier category because as long as you know what you're getting, as long as you know all the catches, as long as you're okay with having a plan like this, then I'm okay offering this, and I do offer this a lot. So I will put this in a B tier category. Now, last but not least, I guess last and least, Christian health share plans. Any of these health share and ministry plans that don't go off of like a deductible, they call deductibles like co-ops, and they just have different terminology, and sometimes they will cover the tax penalty for you. But man, if you're gonna go ahead and file a claim for hospitalization, and when push actually comes to shove, some of these plans do not pay out. I've had nightmare claim situations with these type of plans, and I just wouldn't be I really wouldn't feel good about offering these unless, everybody knows really what they're getting into, just like a high deductible health plan. And of course, the premiums aren't that low as well too with these. So just bang for buck, not the best idea. Some of them can be pretty low just to cover the tax penalty, but please don't file claims on these because realistically, a lot of these plans just don't work the way you want it to work. So, yeah, hopefully this video helped out with differentiating certain plans, and this is just my take on the levels, the metal levels that Cover California offers and options outside of Cover California. I'll see you guys at the next video. Thank you.